Okay. Um, well, good morning, everyone. Again, appreciate you guys checking in and spending time here. We just wanted to give you guys an update on where things are at. I know the jail and Markin and Johnson and I have been getting together with the engineers and going through, any items that have come up along the way. And so I think, I guess, Steve, do you want to go through anything in advance of what Sam and Tyler have for updates going through schedule before we go through that?
No, I appreciate that, but right now I'll just, I talked with Tyler yesterday, so I'll just defer to Tyler and Sam going over the punch list.
Okay. All right, we'll hand it over. I don't know, Sam, did you want to go over your list to date?
Yep. Yeah, good morning, everyone. I can go over. Yeah, we got, I guess, as far as a couple of remaining items. Me and Tyler are going to be on site tomorrow to meet with Steve and Aaron. While we're there, we got a couple guys there to take care of that, where those water lines froze in the kitchen. We're going to be opening up a wall section there to check the building envelope and get that corrected. We also got there was a crack in the drywall in the lobby, so we got a guy coming over to put an expansion joint in there so we don't have that issue moving forward. That was just caused from the building settling a little bit. We did have a meeting last Friday, like Danielle said, with the design team just to discuss some of the mechanical things that have popped up, couple little heating issues here and there. I guess the biggest thing was probably that the water, the check valve that failed, and then we had to turn the water down. So I think we got a solution there to set the temperature at 145 degrees and to adjust the mixing valves from there. There was few lock warranty items that have popped up, so No Detention is sending a technician out to take a look at the locks and the DPS switches. Besides that, that's, I guess, about what I have. I can send it over to Tyler if you got anything to add on, I guess, the not really punch list, just warranty items that we have left.
Yeah, really, I don't have anything kind of to add on that. I guess like Sam said, we're gonna come up there and just walk through everything again with Aaron and and Steve tomorrow, just to make sure nothing's been missed or overlooked. And then kind of get the last couple items wrapped up. I mean, there's a few things, like the water valve and the F thing was F chase. You had to order that, that was like 12 weeks out. There's a few things like that. We're just, as soon as that shows up, we'll be done. But I think there's like 1 or 2 items that are on that list. So punch list, yeah, I would say that's pretty much plan is to have everything wrapped up this week. Other than that, the only other thing I really have is the update on the generator and the transfer switch, which unfortunately is actually not good news at all. I reached out to the vendor. Personally, I asked Key Electric to give me the vendor information and their emails back and forth to see what dates they've been telling us, because it's always been April. So I emailed Jesse, was her name, from the vendor, and asked an update where it stands. And the last I got was the transfer switch will be delivered around July, and the actual generator itself will be delivered in November. So I've been, unfortunately, the gal that did send it out to me, she is on maternity leave, and as I did find going back and forth, she's actually married to one of our foremen. So I'm going to try to go around and kind of talk with her a little bit and just kind of see what the issue is and get some more background. And if there's anything, I know we're probably at the mercy of because they're actually just a kind of a buying company that passes through. We're at the mercy of that genset product itself. But I'm doing some more, I guess, recon or whatever you want to call it behind the scenes, just kind of see what I can get more information on, if there's any opportunities or what we can do with it. But that was what I was just found out on as of Thursday and Friday last week. So like I said, I'm going to do some more digging on it, try to see what else dates. I wanted to see when it was ordered, all that kind of stuff. I'm just going to get some more information for all of us to have. So unfortunately, that's not good news. We do have everything still with Key, that plan signed, you know, and everything, the responsibility set onto them to make sure if anything would fail, that they have a backup generator and all the redundancy that we require to have the jail up and running, and number one, dispatch maintaining full time. So that's what I know on that. Other than that, that's really the only thing I had to give up to date today. So unfortunately.
Yeah.
Question on that. What is the backup plan at the moment? Are we using, I mean, is the old generator still in place, or do they have a temporary sitting there? What's the, you know, until, well, currently, and then like the plan for until November or December, whenever it's hooked up?
I think Tyler, there you go. Oh, or else we just froze, one of the two. Can you hear me yet?
Yeah. You guys hear me now?
There you go. Go ahead, Tyler.
Okay, sorry, my mic was muted, but it didn't show it on the screen. Anyhow, so right now, Dave, we're actually using the existing generator as a generator backup. So if, and this is the kind of the fail safe, if that generator would die, that's where we required Key to get a generator that would suffice and be large enough to, you know, be able to, the jail to run off and dispatch, that they'd have something within basically the day of, they have something on standby within the Winona area to have that come on site and then replace, you know, and have a temporary one hooked up for the meantime. With that, there is basically, I guess, Sam, and maybe if you want to comment on it too, kind of, I think we'd have to lose power, and then the generator would have to die. And then I think they actually have another backup. Isn't there a secondary line coming to the building that would also have to be an issue? Is that right, Sam?
There's two services into the building, basically on different circuits or loops or however they define that. But so essentially, most of the city of Winona would have to lose power, and then the generator would also have to fail in order to get to that point where we would need that emergency generator, if you want to call it.
Yeah, and with
So
that,
so what Key has committed to is essentially a backup to the backup generator, to the old
Correct.
backup generator.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, and I did, like I said, I had that, they signed off, the owner signed off on it from Key, Bruce did, and basically in there putting that the risk, you know, and all responsibility. And if anything would happen to, you know, backfire to dispatch or any failures or any costs, that it's going to be the responsibility of Key to make sure that this is up and running, that there's no passing of costs on to Winona or and Market and Johnson or anybody. So it's their responsibility due to their lack of getting the product when needed.
Okay.
So I still have a question. We were supposed to have a generator a year ago, and then it wasn't ordered. And then it was ordered, and we were supposed to have it this April. So what's their excuse for not having it this April?
Yeah, that's, Ron, that's kind of exactly what I'm trying to dig into to see if and when it was truly ordered, if I'm getting the true dates of when they ordered it. I don't know if it was back in May and June when we were asking, you know, when that generator is going to be showing up on site for July, you know, for the opening date we were looking for. And then they realized it was the wrong generator that was showing up. I don't know if that was the original order date or what occurred, but that's where I'm trying to utilize some of the people that I found out who was working with them. So I don't have an answer at this moment to that, to be honest. I can get more digging into that.
This is Steve. So that's a good question, Sheriff, because I just wanted to just reiterate too that myself, along with Sam and Tyler, had met with Bruce Bunke, the owner of Key Electric, as the jail was reaching what at that time was considered a level of substantial completion. So we met in one of the offices in the new jail, and Bruce had basically indicated at that time that obviously there was a mistake in the ordering of it, but that he had this other one coming, and that this was the new delay date. So as Tyler talked to me yesterday, I too was quite shocked to hear another date, thinking that we would be basically taken from the back of the line to the front of the line is what I felt that we were communicated with Key Electric before, that he'd make sure that this happened. Everything is accurate what Tyler said as far as the backup on the backup. I am not an electrician. I'm not a state inspector. I'm not a fire marshal, but we had all those involved with these tests. They guaranteed the level that can run these buildings. Tyler or Sam could talk a little bit more on it if it's necessary about like the phasing or how we actually brought or energized back on these buildings. We did not just hit a switch and boom, pop it all right back up again. We brought things back online slowly because we didn't want to even take us, albeit slim chance of ruining the generator that we had, but it did eventually run both buildings. So we had dispatch up, HVAC units up and running, kitchen equipment on and running, whatever we could keep turning on. So it did go to what I would consider to at least be like a high level capacity of running both the 201 building and the 203 building. And that's why we were able to get the permission from the state inspector and the U.S. Fire Marshal that this is okay as a temporary. And by the way, passed it for health, safety, welfare for the jail, which was not easy to do. So with that testing and stuff like that, I just wanted to reiterate and go back with that meeting with Bruce Bunke, which is, he did make it rather quite clear all the dates that, as I shared with the sheriff and the chief deputy this morning on after I talked with Tyler yesterday, I felt sort of embarrassed because all along I've been talking to commissioners. Commissioner Meyer was just over here for another meeting with us with Southeast, and what did I tell her? I told her we're still looking good for the generator just a week ago. So this is quite embarrassing that I got this notice and stuff. So I'm very much interested in working with Tyler and Sam to dive right into this to figure out where did this slippery slope happen.
Say, Steve Karn, in these meetings with Bruce Bunke, you mentioned he said they'd be responsible and all that stuff, but did you get anything in writing from them? Is this just a verbal commitment?
Yeah, they're go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, I drafted, I actually had one of our lawyers draft something up on this and they did sign it. So there is an actual legal document out there that's signed by them.
Okay, can you send me a copy of that, Tyler?
Yep.
I'll have Alex continue work on this. Alex is enjoying a vacation in Florida right now, so. But
Yep.
If you could send that to me, I appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll do.
Thank you.
So then the other thing with this, I guess, obviously there's the financials on it. So that, I've proposed, and we haven't really came to a full conclusion of where it's at yet, but to hold, the generator cost was around, I think, $280,000 to purchase that, which they did have to put money down to at least buy that. But either way, ideally what I'd like to do is basically have it's around $350,000, basically $280,000 cost of generator, and then some labor costs for the miscellaneous install and all that kind of held on the project. The county will not pay that to Market and Johnson, and we wouldn't pay Key, but basically hold that dollar amount until obviously final install is complete in November, and then we could finally release the final payment to Key. So obviously we'd have a financial tie over them also.
That sounds prudent.
Any other questions for Samurai, or I guess anyone on this subject or anything else?
Okay. Let's see. Hearing none, I'm wondering, I think if I recall, we had did we set up another meeting moving forward? Trying to look here. Or maybe we just said we'd take it month by month.
I thought I saw something on my calendar,
So did
Danielle,
I, and
but
I'm wondering if,
yeah, like in a couple weeks, maybe.
I don't know, Heidi, was there one set up? Trying to think here.
I'm frantically clicking through my
No,
calendar
no
right
worries.
now. But I don't think there was another one set up. I'm not seeing
I'm not
anything right
seeing
now.
one.
Okay.
I'm not seeing one looking at my calendar.
So I think I mean, my gut feeling is I think it's needed. I think it's good to have these touch bases with you guys. Is it something we look at March? Is it 19th, Tuesday the 19th? That work with the county's calendar?
Yeah, it's good on my end.
Still 9 o'clock?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
One other thing I guess I was going to bring up too is that I kind of forgot to talk about the generator. When we do have this key on site to do this, we'll make sure that we do have a Market and Johnson representation on site, your superintendent or somebody, but we'll make sure we have someone there on site while this is occurring.
Mhm.
So just a heads up on that. And then also the other thing I'll have to get scheduled, I'm not sure if it'll be with Aaron or who it'll be, but we usually do an 11-month walkthrough. It's basically, we just walk through with facilities and whoever it would be from the county and just walk through and see if there's any warranty items that are occurring. Cause obviously a lot of items have a year warranty, so we usually do a walkthrough. It's not like cracks, there may be cracks, stuff like that. I wouldn't say it would really be a warranty item. It's more of like if there's a lock that's been having an issue or there's a light fixture's been flickering, stuff like that we'd like to make sure we can catch in that year warranty phase. So we'll probably take that along with in the fall here after summer, once it's getting more
Mhm.
towards 11 months
Mhm.
substantial completion date. So
Sounds good. Well, gosh, that's unfortunate news. So I would assume, Tyler, you'll just send some email updates as you do learn more.
yep. Yeah, I'll push to see what else I can find. Like I said, the main contact, she is on maternity leave. The other guy
Yeah.
did respond to me, but he didn't have as much information. So I'm hoping I can get something from her in the next week or so at
Okay.
latest.
Okay.
But if not, I'll work with the other guy that contacted myself.
Okay. All right. Well, all right. Anything else? Any final comments, questions? All right. Hearing none, I think we can wrap up here.
Thanks, everyone.
All right. Thank you.